Okay, so welcome, those that are here or those that are watching on the replay. And today I'm looking to address the of fear in general, but basically off the back of the coronavirus issue that we've been having over the last few months. And I want to address how the fear comes, or how general fear comes around, and how it can affect us, and how this can get sucked into our subconscious and start being a big part of our life. So when we're born, our subconscious mind is a clean slate. So everything in this lifetime, all the beliefs that we hold now, we actually learn. And the majority of those are learned from between birth and the age of 7 or 8. We're constantly learning all through our lives, but that is the time really where the subconscious mind is open. It's like a sponge, and it's just taking in absolutely everything that goes on. So whatever we are told, whatever we are taught to either say, think, to do, how to behave, probably more importantly, how not to behave, that's what goes into our subconscious mind. So throughout our life, these beliefs just keep looping and looping and looping, because our subconscious mind drives our reality. It drives between 95 and 99% of our reality. And if all the beliefs and the programming that we have been taking in are negative, then it's a negative life that we will create. So what we're looking to do in this session is to actually disconnect from these negative subconscious beliefs and programming from those early ages, so that it can clear a path for you to then start to absorb the positive ones. Because I look at it this way, this life that we are living is like the matrix, right? It's a programming, because we've been programmed for so long. So we're basically in the matrix, and we need to learn and understand how we can actually make those changes, and we can continue living in the matrix if that's what we want to do. But if we make the conscious choice to change it, understand how it works, and disconnect from that, then we can start to create better things in our lives, and basically we'll be able to be without fear. So at the minute, the way I'm looking at it is that this very low vibration, this low density world is falling apart. Lies and corruption, they're all being brought to the surface and being exposed, so that we can get rid of them, because we need to raise our vibration, so that we can be nearer unconditional love and kindness, compassion, abundance, joy, happiness, these types of vibration. And that's the way we're going. So because we are raising our vibration, these lower ones are being forced out. They're being forced to the surface. So there's very many people that are waking up to the truth of what's going on in this reality, and that's helping us to evolve. So like I said, we create our reality based on our subconscious beliefs and programming, and collectively these beliefs are very, very powerful. If you can, and the collective belief actually supersedes your own conscious or subconscious belief, because if more people believe this negative belief, then that's what oversees your belief. That's what supersedes it. So that's what we're seeing at the minute out in the world. Think about, I don't know whether any of you have seen Star Trek: The First Contact, where they come into contact with this big square Borg ship. And when they try to contact this Borg ship, the Borg come back to them and say, you will be assimilated into our collective. Resistance is futile. And that's exactly the way I see the collective subconscious mind, is that you don't have a choice whether you have this belief or not, because so many people do. You are assimilated into that collective, and I hope that makes sense. One of the programs that we learn is the program of separation. And contrary to popular belief, that's just not right at all, because we are energy, and energy is everything, and everything is connected. So the belief of being separate, being individual is an illusion, and that's something we can learn to handle and to understand and know that everything that happens affects everything else. So it's just a tool. It's almost like a tool in our video game. So when you're playing a video game and you're not going very far, you're not getting where you want to go, you stop the video game, don't you? And you pick different tools and different things, and then you try again. Well, that's basically what this is all about. If we have got subconscious beliefs that don't serve us, we need to pause our video game, look at what's not going right for us, have them removed, and then restart. Yeah. But we're all going through some trying times at the minute. And I truly believe there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we're led to believe. And I think it's going to be very positive. I think that there's a possibility things may get a little worse over the next few weeks, couple of months, but I really think we'll start to see a big improvement in our lives, and not just our own lives, but those for the rest of the country and even for the planet. I really do think that there's good things in tow. So around the coronavirus, there's a major panic going on about this, and actually the regular flu is much worse based on the statistics, because it looks like over one flu period, so like the winter period in any 1 year, there's between 25,000 and 75,000 people that die from the regular flu, and that's per year. And in America at the minute, there's just over 300 people that have died from this virus, and there's a massive outrage about it. I don't quite get the correlation, which makes me think there's maybe something different going on behind the scenes. But anyway, I understand that it can cause a lot of fear and panic in people, and that's what we're going to address today. So, like I said, we're moving from the lower density vibrations, which is fear, and it's war, and it's lack and suffering. And we are moving up to the higher vibrations of unconditional love and abundance and peace and joy and happiness. And that's exactly where I want to be. But right now, what we need is energy of peace, of calmness, instead of all this hysteria that's going around. So that's what I'm aiming to help you with today. But please understand that we all have a choice about whether we buy into this fear or not, if that makes any sense at all. Everything that we do in our life is our choice. And once you're aware that you can choose to change anything in your life that's not going right, then you will see things through much different eyes. Things will start to be very positive for you. You'll have a much better outlook, a much brighter outlook, and know with confidence that you can actually change things in your life that you're not happy with. So I quite often talk to my clients about subconscious beliefs being like an app on your phone. So when you go and get a new cell phone, you open it up and it's nice and bright and shiny, you take it out the box and you power it up, and it always comes with a bunch of apps on it that are really not good for you. You're never going to use those. It's because they are pushing certain apps on you that you want. So what do you do with those? You deinstall the ones that are no good to you, that are not going to serve you, and you go and you install the ones that you know you're going to use that help you in your daily life. And this is exactly what your subconscious mind is like. Whatever belief and program that you have in there that is not serving you, we can remove it, and we can give you this almost like a download of the ones that will. Yeah, so it's no different from your cell phone. So we're going to look at, and I've got a whole load of fears here around this that's been coming to me. So there's a fear that yourself and your children or your parents, other members of your family, and even ones that you love are going to die from this virus. You know, there's a fear that they're going to contract this. They're going to get really, really sick and they may die from this. So we're going to address that too. People are thinking, oh my God, this is the end of the world. You know, the world's ending. The virus is going to kill us all. These are the sort of things I see out there on social media, and it's just adding to the panic, basically. And all this panic causes stress and anxiety and worry, and you get overwhelmed with everything, don't you? And then you get your mind clouded and you just don't know what to think. So there's a lot of confusion out there too. So we'll address the stress and the worry about what could happen. Because if you think about it, people have a habit of being in regret about the past. Then they worry really badly about what could happen. What could happen? It's always worst case scenario, isn't it? So they regret the past, worry about the future. Why? The past's dead and buried. There's nothing you can do about it. And why worry about the future? Because it's not happened yet. The only time there is now. There is no such thing as time, really. It's all about living now and living your best life now and stepping forward into your own power and taking back your life, taking back your power and taking back your own thinking so that you are not thinking and speaking and behaving the way you're told to. You want to start thinking for yourself and discerning for yourself and making the right moves that's going to benefit you. So we'll look at that too. We'll also look at unplugging you from beliefs that attract illnesses to you, because what you create is what you concentrate on, and 90% of us will concentrate on negative things at the minute. So if you put your energy into negativity, negativity is what you're going to create. Okay, so we'll look at that also. I suppose it's a frustration about not knowing what to do. I don't know what to do about this. What can I do? How can I help? There's the feeling that people, they want to do something positive to help themselves and others, but know that they can't. So there's also that fear and frustration in there too. Something yesterday came to me, and I was looking at some things on social media. I was just flicking through my Facebook page. And there's so much anger out there around this. People are getting angry. And the situation that I watched, there was a video that I watched, and it was around the last pack of toilet rolls on the shelf, which ended up in a fight in the middle of the supermarket aisle. I could not believe what I was seeing. So something that's creating violence out of panic is not doing anybody any good. So we're going to address that too, because that was quite shocking to me. Okay, not good enough. Absolutely. That's one that I've got on here. I'll get to that in a second. Another thing is fear of another war. And because war and violence is a very low vibration, that's very prevalent on the planet at the minute. I mean, look at the number of years. I mean, I've seen wars all my life, multiple wars. So there's a fear that, oh no, we're going to get ourselves into another war. So we'll look at that. I'm also, I've been guided to treat the fear that you're experiencing as an addiction. Because the more this fear is put on us, the more addictive it does become in our subconscious mind. So again, we're going to look at that. We're going to address that. Concerns about safety. And after watching that video, I completely get that. You know, people are scared to go out, because they'll not be able to get anything that they want, that they could get hurt in the process, or they could buy their goods and somebody could take it from them on the way to the car. There's a lot of fear out there around that too. And just to your point there about not enough, it's not just about there not being enough products like medical supplies or food or water, or even toilet paper, believe it or not. But it's all about your own feeling of yourself not being enough. Okay, that you're not good enough, that you're not enough to to be successful in this lifetime, those type of beliefs. So absolutely, we're going to address those. The feeling of being hopeless or helpless. You can't do anything. You want to do something. So that's a horrible emotion. Feeling helpless. So I'm going to remove that one as well. Lack of trust, not just of yourself, but of the information that you're giving out there as to what's truthfully going on. We don't know truthfully what's going on. I hear one source tell me one thing and another source telling me another. Again, creating chaos and confusion in your mind. So we'll remove that, and we'll give you trust, to trust in your own instincts and trust in yourself. So I think that's a good amount to start with. Fear of lack of money, yes. Let me write that one down. Because yeah, I mean, people are not being able to work as much. I know there's been a few states that have, they've got their shelter in place order going on. People are not allowed to work, particularly those in the restaurants. So yeah, people are worried about money and about their livelihood and how they're going to meet their rent and their mortgages and their loans and their bills, etc. So let's disconnect from the fear of having that lack. Okay. Another one. Okay. Okay. Businesses shutting down. Yep, absolutely. Yep, we'll address those too. Okay. So are you ready to get started? Okay.